everybody, Moira here, and it is Thursday. Yes, I missed Hump Day Wednesday, but it is Thursday. It's my last night in Perth, and it means that I get to go home tomorrow. So the pack up has kind of started. I literally only just got back to my room 10 minutes ago, so it's now 7:20, and I've had a busy but very productive week, which has been fantastic. Got a lot done this week. You know, met and dealt with team members that I needed to, and yeah, it was just a really good visit. So my next visit here isn't until the 22nd of July because we're having like a mini conference here. We only have 8 stores over here, so it is a mini conference. So I am going to come back for that. I was going to come back earlier, but my cluster manager said no, considering that it's her first kind of conference. She didn't want to be with our general manager and our national manager by herself, and that's fair enough. So I'm going to delay my next trip and come back on the 22nd of July, which is great. So as I said, the pack up has started, but Thursday tradition. My last night away, I normally have a drink, and tonight is no exception. I have posted on my Instagram a photo where I am cheesing you guys, and my drink of choice tonight is this. So these are the Smirnoff Blacks, Smirnoff Double Blacks, 0 sugar, and they have obviously no sugar. They have 136 calories in a can. I'm not sure what the sweeteners are in them, but it doesn't have, normally when they have aspartame in them, they need to note that they do have aspartame, and that doesn't. So I'm going to have a couple of those and then take the other 2 home. I have my steak ready to cook. So this is the so this is the second steak of that 2-pack that I got, and so I'm having that tonight with the rest of that Mexican salad and a mushroom sauce. What else is happening? I have some pork crackles. I've had about 5 of these this week, and I've just opened one of those Philadelphia tubs. I opened one last night and had 2 pork crackles and I was done. I don't know if I'll have macadamia nuts. I'll probably just take those home. I've only had 2 slices of my low carb bread, and that was this morning because I only got it last night. So I'll have another 2 slices in the morning and throw the rest out. What else can I show you? So yes, the bed is a mess because it's got all of my gear on it. I've just pulled everything out to pack, apart from my toiletries and skincare and all that jazz. So that will make its way into the packing cube. Something that I was going to show you is these pants. So when I purchased these pants originally, they were really tight, really tight like that. And now look, there's so much room in them, and I rolled them up because I thought, oh my god, like having them undone, it looked even worse, and I was like, what else am I gonna wear today? So and I love these pants. I love the color of them. I get complimented on the color all the time, and I've got so many tops that go with it. And but anyway, so I was so excited that they and they're quite loose around the waist. Like I remember when I purchased them, they were like digging in. They were so tight, and now like look, there's all this room in them. So that's fantastic. Cold sore update. I have, I don't know if you can see it, it's almost done. It still has a little way to go. I've just still been putting tea tree oil on it, and I put pawpaw ointment on it the majority of today, and I've only just put tea tree oil on it before we left our last store, and so I'll do that again tonight. But yeah, I know if I had have used Zavirax on it, I still would be dealing with a puffy lip. It would not have dried it out like the tea tree oil does. And as it gets better, it stings like a mofo, because there's parts of it that are open now because it's healing, so it's scabbing, and like there's parts of it that are now open. And oh my god, when I put the tea tree oil on this afternoon, I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, and like I'm going like this. I'm like, that's not helping. But it passes and it's fine, and it's worth it, because if it gets rid of my cold sore, then it is absolutely worth it. This week I have, the only day that I felt that I didn't have the right food was when I had those fritters on Tuesday. I had the zucchini fritters, and I don't know, I just didn't feel fantastic. I had a little bit of a headache. So is that a sign? Is that a sign that there was something in them that I shouldn't have had, or that there was more carbs in it? I'm not too sure. Like when I put my poor cluster, she was watching me dissect my fritter, and I was like, I really don't know, but they tasted so good, and I thought, if it's just this meal, then I'm gonna be fine. Yeah, and it was only just the headache that I had afterwards. I didn't have an upset stomach or anything, so it's possibly just in my head. Yesterday we actually didn't get lunch because we had to drive down to Bunbury, and then that took longer than expected. Then we had to drive back up to Hall's Head to see our store there, and then they've opened or reopened and launched the new section of the Forum in Mandurah, so we wanted to go have a look at there to see if it's taking our business away from Hall's Head. And by the time we got there, it was 4:05, and we said, we haven't eaten today. And then we got carried away, because while we were scouting the centre, we may have come across Mecca Maxima. And if you're in Australia and interested in makeup or skincare, you would know that Mecca is the Australian version of Sephora, and in my opinion, it's better than the Australian Sephora. And the girls in there are so lovely and so friendly, and this new one at Mandurah did not disappoint. And we found ourselves in there and for a bit too long. And then we looked at the time, so we got out of there, looked at the rest of the centre, and realised it was 5:05, and had realised that we hadn't eaten. But you know what, I was okay. I had had my pizza breakfast yesterday, and I was doing okay. I don't know if my cluster was, because anyone that would listen to her today, she told that I didn't feed her yesterday. And I think, you know, you're a grown ass woman, if you want to eat, you could have just got something to eat. But anyway, so yeah, I didn't eat yesterday. I didn't have lunch yesterday, but I had dinner, and I had, you know, everything was fine, but I felt fine. Pre-keto, I probably would have been absolutely hangry. If you said to me, you're not having lunch, you're only having breakfast and dinner, I would just be, what the do you mean? So yeah, today was a bit more civilized. Had breakfast and lunch, had Caesar salad from Coffee Club, which is okay. Didn't eat it all. It was just packed with, I ate the lettuce because there wasn't an awful lot in it, and it was fine. But I'm looking forward to going home to food that I can prepare myself for lunches. This weekend in Perth is the V8 supercar round, and it's at Barbagallo. And when I was driving home, I dropped my cluster at her car, and I was driving back to the hotel, and I called Michael and said to him, do you think I'm gonna see any supercar drivers in my hotel tonight? Because it just always seems, you know, the English cricket team stays here. Who else? They must have had some swim championships here, because there were swimmers here one time. I've seen the English cricket team here twice, and I thought maybe, but no. and maybe I was too late, or maybe they haven't got back from the track yet. But no, there was nobody in the lobby when I arrived, and there won't be when I leave, because they will be at the track at the crack of dawn, so there won't be anyone here. And I would love to come to the Barbagallo race one time, because it's like when we go to Winton in North Victoria, it's a similar atmosphere. So it's a small track and really good viewing from most areas. So I would really like to come here and do that once, and we may do it next year. If I'm still looking after WA, then we may do it next year. So now you know what I'm going to be doing for the weekend is sat in front of the TV watching cars go around in a circle. Well guys, I am going to leave it there for my Perth videos, and I hope you guys have had a fantastic Thursday. Hope you've had a great week. All the very best for a wonderful weekend, and I will catch up with you on Monday for an update on where we're at with my weight, because obviously I haven't been able to weigh in this week, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how I've gone, and I'll fill you in on Monday. Bye.